Big up Spurs fans, near and far, back with your boy Deji Spurs. Are we coming and who is going? Latest news from our club. First things first, the Tottenham kit has been released. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of support what my bro Ghost is saying. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's an interesting kit, taking us back a few years with the blue. The thing is, when I first saw it, I'm not going to lie to you, it did feel and look a bit weird, in my opinion. Because for me, I do kind of like the cleanness of having the white shirt. But one of the things I want to thank the Spurs board for doing is bloody hell getting the kit out now so that we can go out and purchase it, or for those who want to purchase the new kit, they can do it. Because Arsenal always seem to get their kit out at the end of every season, and we got a bloody wait to like the first week of the Premier League season or the week just before we see our kit. So the fact that they got the kit out nice and early this season is a good thing. I don't mind it. I would give the Tottenham kit, because it looks like now, obviously, I've seen it with the Navy shorts as well. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's not amazing, probably not the best kit in the league, but definitely a decent kit, in my opinion. The only thing I would say about these kits and this new thing that they do where they got to bloody change it every bloody season is the fact that the bloody shirt is coming up at 125 quid. 125 quid for a t-shirt does not make any sense. That is a hell of a lot of moolah for a t-shirt. So man is thinking about it. I'm on the fence. I am not sure. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on, coming and going show. Big up to Ghost, big up to LMS, big up to you and my team. Thank you very much. Or Blue Minster in the building. Of course, I'm going to be mentioning Arsenal. That's who, and I might be on a show later on tonight with Northside, where I'll be chopping up the Arsenal club and every other clubs later on. But let me talk about it. First things first, Spurs latest. Højbjerg could be on his way out of my club. Now, there's a lot of Spurs fans there are some that want Højbjerg gone. There's some that want him to stay. As for me, I think he's been a loyal soldier. If you need him, he will go out and he will do a job. The only issue is the style of play that we are playing with the high line, with getting the balls out into the wing, doesn't suit this brother's style of play. So unfortunately, I kind of agree. Maybe Højbjerg has to go. He has to go. And it looks like Antonio Conte is trying to bring Højbjerg and take him back to Napoli. And I think him going back to Napoli is a big boy move. It's a good move for Højbjerg, because for me, we need to start making room for the players that we know that they can play the system. Now, I don't know what Antonio Ward is getting his knickers in the twist. I'm already speaking. He's telling me to shut my mouth. You shut your mouth, sitting there in your underwear with the fan in your face, bashing away at the keyboard. You shut your mouth, hush your gums. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you. Big gaming for life. Yep, let's holler. I'll holler at you. We'll talk about it maybe later this week or next week. And LMS Højbjerg is your El Nene. I think he's better than El Nene, mate. He's definitely not no El Nene. And Nene is dead food. And how you guys keep him at your club is really disgraceful. Højbjerg is a much better player than that, brother. And actually, I would go as far as to say, with him being on the bench, it shows Spurs' strength and depth. Do you know what I mean? And for me, even the only reason why I don't mind Højbjerg going, because before I would have been loath to let him go. I think he was good under Conte. He was actually decent under Mourinho. And you know what? He's done a job so far this season. But you can see that this high line thing, he's struggling. He hasn't got any pace. And part of the Postecoglou system is that we need players that can run, road runners, players with pace. And I think that is why Højbjerg has to go. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why we are seeing that brother go there. Big up to What's the Point FC, sitting there in your underpants with and talking about Antonio Ward. I'm sure that is directed to Antonio Ward. Thank you for backing out. I'm good. My good friend Arsenal man is in the building. So look, Højbjerg looks like he's leaving the building. Now, the big news that every Arsenal fan didn't want to hear is that Tottenham are now looking at Isak. Now, for me, about a year ago, I said if Spurs was to lose Kane, his rightful replacement, in my opinion, should be Isak. And then I kind of dropped it. I kind of dropped it because Isak went to Newcastle, and, you know, with Newcastle's money and whatnot, you're thinking, no way. You know what I'm saying? No way is Isak coming to Spurs with the amount of money. But with this whole FFP malarkey that's going on at Newcastle, it really is a plausible thing. And the thing is, if Arsenal are going in for him, then my club need to be going in for Isak. If he's good enough for Arsenal, he is good enough for my club. That's what I'm saying to you right now. Good enough. So for me, I would love to see Spurs bring in Isak. And also because in that Newcastle game, I am convinced, had it been any other striker in the league, including Ollie Watkins, that doesn't happen. We don't get slapped up. But he did. Let's be real. Isak did have Van de Ven spinning around like Kylie Minogue. Like, he's spinning around, get out of my face. All of that stuff was going on in that game. So for me, Isak, Tottenham, if we, you know, one of the things that I've been talking about for Spurs this season and this summer transfer window is we need to be making a statement signing. I don't think it's good enough for Spurs to be bringing in players that nobody knows, bringing in players that we got to try and work out when the season starts, whether they're good or not. I mean, Van de Ven was a prime example. He was fantastic. But I'm not sure I want to wait. I need to be seeing a big boy signing, just one statement signing, whether that be Eze, whether that be Isak. And for me, if Tottenham was to go and get Isak, that is the answer, legitly, to our striker problem. The only reason why I never mentioned Isak before is if Arsenal genuinely want him, is he going to come to my club when he can play Champions League football? I can't see it happening. However, if there is a possibility and Arsenal fumble the bag, because let's be real, this team is capable of fumbling the bag. If Arsenal fumbled the bag, Tottenham going out to get Isak would be fantastic. Fantastic business for my club. So I think Tottenham need to be treating that that rumour mill. If we can push that, why not? Let's push Arsenal. Let's push them. Let's push them. Let's show the league that we're not messing about. Let's capitalise on this FFP. That's the sort of business that I want to be seeing from my club. Definitely, 100%. I need to be seeing that kind of business from my club. Now, there are other players as well that Tottenham have been linked with. The other player that I would like to say, wait, hold on. Before I get into the other player, let me just deal with some of the people. Jordan Brown, I don't know why you're just laughing. Tottenham ain't looking at no Isak. Mate, I've seen that. Look, we are. The thing is, not everything comes out into the media. We don't want people, like Arsenal fans, rushing. Of course, Tottenham would be looking at him. Whether Tottenham's going to get him is a different story. But of course, we got to look. Isak's a bad man striker. If he's available, we would be dumb to let that brother just walk over to North London and go to Arsenal. Now, we need to be putting in our 2 cents. Let Isak decide which one of our clubs he wants to go to. Don't get it twisted. Champions League might not be... I mean, I expect him to want to go Arsenal for Champions League football. But Arsenal are crazy enough not to put in a bid for Isak. Let's not get it twisted. They are a crazy team. So for me, while they're dilly-dallying, while they're trying to work it out and they're thinking about it, Tottenham need to swoop in and show that brother some loves. Anthony Clark thinks it's in my dreams. Call it what you like, mate. In my dreams, in reality, I am speaking facts. And you know, you were there shaking your bum in fear. Because if Tottenham was to bring in Isak and then we bring in Eze, then the season is looking long for the rest of the Premier League. And then LMS saying, Levy ain't spending 100 mil. Stop it. Is that how much Isak is being valued for? 100 mil. I don't think Newcastle would slap such a heavy price tag. I can see him going for a lot cheaper. I can see Isak going for 80 mil. And 80 mil for a striker like that, for me, is good business. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to see Wagwan in relation to that. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Malcolm Tan is saying, today is to do 13 league titles. You've only won 2. Yeah, we've won 2 for now, my brother. But that is about to change under this man, Postecoglou. Watch what we're going. I told you, I've got the 5-year plan, and I'll be telling you about the 5-year plan later in the show. Don't get it twisted. Please remind me. I'll be dropping it. But I know by 2028, Spurs will win the Premier League title, in my opinion. And what's the point? Says, if we had £1 for all the players we looked at, you'd be a millionaire. I'd be a millionaire. Timo Werner ain't a statement signing, bro. The truth is, and someone was telling me, you can't, all the kind of players that a lot of these teams have been linked with or pre-purchased or whatever, it can't, it's all embargoed at the moment. But that embargo lifts on June the 14th. Once June the 14th comes, then we will see who is linked with who. Who genuinely, because a lot of the stuff that you're seeing right now is fake news. A lot of the stuff you're seeing right now is paper talk. Don't start shaking your bum too soon. June the 14th, the day the Euros start, is when we start to see legitimate links for people's clubs. So clubs ain't going to come out and let you know right now who they are going to get. But I'm going with the fact that Tottenham are looking at, what's his name? Isak, and I think it's a good look. People keep saying that Tottenham should look at Dominic Solanke. I'm not sure about Dominic Solanke. I think he's a good player. I think he has potential, but I think he needs to do one more season at Bournemouth. If he can bag the same amount of goals in this coming season at Bournemouth, then I think my club will need to have a serious look at Solanke. But taking on Solanke right now, for me, wouldn't be smart business. I think it's too risky for the money involved, but also we're not sure. His numbers ain't really been that consistent. He had a good season last season, but I'm not trying to do one season wonders or, you know, one season thing. Not saying that he's a one season wonder. I really hope Dominic Solanke goes on and does his thing. He seems like a nice young man, a nice brother, a nice baller. Do you know what I mean? But it'll be too soon for my club. Top 6, going aiming for Champions League football. Is he going to get guaranteed as Champions League football? Is Dominic Solanke going to be getting my club 25 plus, 20 plus goals in the Prem? I ain't sure about it. So we have to see Wagwan. But for me, definitely Tottenham need to be putting up 80 mil. We got money. Our guy, the guy that we got from Aston Villa and Lange, he's come out today to say that money is not a problem for my club. Do you get me? We can throw down them dirts. We can throw those dollar bills. We can throw those pounds. We ain't got no FFP to worry about. We got the money. So if we need to spend, I want to see my club spend. How you know if Tottenham is a serious team is if Postecoglou identifies the player, and then if we go out and get that player. For example, if Postecoglou wants Eze, we need to be bringing that in. If Postecoglou wants Isak, we need to be bringing that in. Whoever we want, that needs to be coming in. Then I know that my club is to be taken serious. Now, Razor's made a good question there. Gimenez or Tony? For me, I say Isak first. Let me just make that clear. Isak needs to come through first. And then if it's Gimenez or Tony, I would go Tony because he's proven in the Prem. I don't trust the Dutch league. I'm not being disrespectful. That league, we've had horror shows from that league. May I say Janssen, do you get me? As an example, that brother couldn't kick a ball to save his life at my club. So do I want to go down that road again? No, not really. So I will tell you now, it would be Tony over Gimenez. But Isak would be my first choice. And Hans Riva is saying that Isak, is that a bad joke? That's not a bad joke, bro. We've been linked with him. Wherever we're going to get him is the next thing. And yes, Malcolm Tan, I've got the 5-year plan. I'll be dropping the 5-year plan when it come through. And then we've got the Man City fan in the chat. He says, your club should follow my club standards. Mate, we got big standards, man. We're going for big boy players. Now, let me deal with the next one. The next player, that is an interesting one that Spurs were linked with yesterday. And I won't lie. So people are talking about Isak. Spurs links with Isak. There are links with Tottenham and Gimenez. There's links with Spurs and what's his name, Ivan Toney. But the one that took me by left field yesterday was the Muniz link. This brother, if you don't know who Muniz is, he is the Fulham striker. Now, for me, that is an interesting link. I think he's a bad man striker, you know. I think in terms of the Postecoglou system and the way that this brother is a fox in the box, that could work. He's strong, he's got pace, and man can lick a shot. That brother there could be interesting business, to say the least. The only thing I would say is, if we were to go in for Muniz, yeah, he can't be our main striker. Like, he can't come in as the main man. He can't come in as our answer to Harry Kane. He can come in as a striking option, almost like Nkiti Kati or Jesus, striking options, but he's not proven enough for me. Again, he's a bit like a Dominic Solanke. It's a risk. Do you know what I mean? It's a risky one. Did he just have a purple patch for Fulham and start banging towards the end of the season? Or is he legit? That is the question I need to ask. Do you get me? 1 second. Sorry, man, I had a cough there. So, Muniz is an interesting piece that my club is looking at. That brother there could be something. He could be something. And Ramos is saying, we are not getting Isak. He says, Goyekeres is more realistic. Yeah, I haven't seen the links to that player, though, to be fair to you, Rasmus. I haven't. But if he's a decent player and he can bag, that's the thing. The thing is now, things will start to get interesting, you know, as things move up and as we get closer to the season and even the Euros. I'm using the Euros, by the way, as a scouting mission. For me, Tottenham need to be making statement signings. All these players that people keep dropping to me in the chat that I don't recognize, that don't make it. That don't make it for me. I'm going to do a Danny Rose. If I don't know you, if I have to Google them, there's a problem. One of these brothers needs to be statement. Now, LMS is saying that Muniz is good. Rasmus is saying that Muniz is dusty. That's why Muniz can't be main man. But Muniz can be, though. What he can be is an option. And I think that's a legitimate option for my club. I wouldn't mind that option there. And I'm going to get into, LMS is talking about Shika and Vlahovic. Yeah, those are the sort of levels. These are the sort of brothers that I'm talking about that we should be aiming for. Gokeres is brilliant, but he'll cost about 85 mil and we ain't getting it. Bruv, if he's that brilliant, and if we are serious to get Champions League football, then these are the sort of players that we should be bringing in. I don't want to hear that we ain't getting him. If Daniel Levy, I've said it already, COVID's gone. Don't be telling me about we ain't been able to fill out the stadium. Don't be telling me we're building the stadium. All that is gone. We've got the debts to pay, but we are bringing in more than enough money to bring these men in. Plus, we need to sell players. Ndombele, let's go out and get 40 mil for him. Let's go out and get, let's sell Hojbjerg for about 30 mil. Let's sell Skip for about 15 mil. Sell all these players, sell the dead wood so that we have enough money to be spending 85 mil on a top striker. Because we saw this season, had we had a half-decent striker, we finished fourth. I'm not saying we finished third, but we would have Champions League football. We pretty much played the season without, we played the whole season without a striker because Richarlison is not a number 9 and Son is not a number 9. And the fact that we got fifth without a striker is pretty damn good, in my opinion. But no, let's not do an Arsenal. We can't be doing that. We need to go in and get the right players. Big up to United Spurs of America. Big up to you. You know, Jacob, we need to be linking up. So big up. Good to see you. Let's make sure we link up very, very soon. What's the point in saying, Dej, what Levy will do is sign one marquee signing in Eze, and then he'll raid Forest, Everton, and Leeds for cheap players. Mate, what's the point? Truly, you are true to your name and word. That would be dumb. Eze would be a statement signing, and I think a lot of people will shake their bums for that. But the thing is, we're not. I don't. Who are we going to be raiding from Forest, Everton, and Leeds? I don't want to see any of them dusty players at my club. Apart from though, we were legitimately linked with Braithwaite. Now Braithwaite as an option, I mean, he wouldn't come, and it don't make sense because we got Van der Ven. But Braithwaite, I would take Braithwaite from Everton. I think he's a fantastic player. But so if you're talking about Everton and Braithwaite, I think he's worth going for. There are one or two players in these clubs. Kieran Gibbs, I will take him. I will take Kieran Gibbs. These men can do a job. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be prudent. If we have to be prudent to get the job done, why not? I don't mind. Ollie Watkins came from Brentford, for crying out loud. Do you get what I'm saying? He wasn't always playing at the top. So we can do that as well. I don't mind that. I don't know who we're linked in with Leeds. But if we can bring in those types of players, yes. Anyone else, then that don't make it for me. And then United, Spurs of America. If we're dropping 80 mil, I want a Prem-proven baller rather than gamble on a Portugal or Dutch league style with that much. 15, I'm down though. Bro, I just said that as well. Really, someone asked me Gimenez or Tony, and I said I'd rather go for Tony because he's proven. I ain't trying to take risk on players that play in the Dutch league. I'm not being funny. Janssen, I'm still traumatized by that brother Janssen, you get me? So therefore, I don't want to be taking risks. I want proven. However, though, Muniz, with the way he was sourcing that Fulham, and I actually like Silva, the manager, I think Muniz could be an interesting signing in terms of his pace, his power, the way he licks shots. And actually, Postecoglou is one of them prudent managers that he can see something in our system that could work. So when I saw that link yesterday, I thought, Muniz, that could be interesting. And actually, we could probably get him cheap. What we didn't have was we didn't have an out-and-out 9 the whole season. And that can't run for this season. So would I take Muniz? Yes, I would. But he wouldn't be our main man. He wouldn't be our main striker. Hell no. But he could be a striking option. So that's why I don't mind the whole Muniz thing, if you get what I'm saying. Paul Reeves in the building saying, not having Champions League last season cost you. What can you buy, Dej? This FFP crap has hit lots of teams that haven't got City after their name. No, big up to you, Paul Reeves. I totally agree. The thing is, though, Tottenham do generate a lot of money. You know, I tend to have done a Cullen in the chat giving us little gems about how it works. And it's all based on your revenue from the match days. And actually, Tottenham getting a lot of revenue. The other thing is, our wage bill is quite low. Our highest paid player is Son on 192 grand a week. Him and bloody, what's his name? Ndombele, who Galatasaray are bloody playing those fees at the moment. But that's the highest. So in theory, if Tottenham move things about, we are healthy, and Lange literally came out today to say Tottenham financially is healthy. So it could be done, in my opinion. Do you get me? John James, big up to you, says you sacrifice Champions League because of Arsenal. Make it make sense. What if the same situation arises again next season, sacrificing again? John James, what rubbish are you chatting? We did not sacrifice the Champions League because of your dusty club. We got hit by the injuries from the Chelsea game and we never recovered. Plus, because I don't like how people like you do this kind of ESPN, Sky Sports narrative. We lost the best striker in world football, Harry Kane, the day before the Premier League started. And we couldn't replace him. We didn't have enough time. So the fact that we finished 5th was brilliant. Had we had any number 9, even your bloody player, Nkiti Catty, I think we would have got 4th in the Prem. 100%. We just needed a number 9. We didn't have a number 9. We're having to play Son out of position. And because we're playing Son out of position, we're playing Timo Werner. Timo, I don't want the ball. Werner on the left-hand side. That's what we were doing. Do you get me? So, with a striker this season that we got to get, Tony, or for me, well, look, Rasmus is selling this brother to me. He's saying, go and get Gyökeres. He's the real deal. Bring him to the lane. You know what? I'm going to look out for this Gyökeres. I think I'm going to agree with you, Rasmus. If you're saying he's legit, Bring that sort of player. If you're telling me that this brother's worth 85 mil, go out and spend the money. Go out. This is the time. We are doing our rebuild. This is the time to show the rest of the league that Tottenham is serious. Last season was test and learn. We were in the rebuild. We can do whatever we like. But now, let's move in. What's the point says he thinks Morgan Gibbs is rubbish. I don't think he is, you know. I would prefer Morgan Gibbs over Brennan Johnson. I think we went for the wrong brother. I'm keeping it real. Wrong one. Morgan Gibbs is a baller, but the only problem with Morgan Gibbs is it's all about him. At Nottingham Forest, he's the big fish, innit, in the small pond. At Spurs, how is he going to cope being a small fish in a large pond? That's the only issue. Can he hack being maybe a squad player? Or can he raise his levels? Remember, he was part of that team, the under-17s England team that won the World Cup that had Phil Foden and them manning. So for me, he's got pedigree. I like what he's doing, but is Tottenham too far a step? And that's the same question I have for Tony. Tony, very confident in himself, but is Tottenham too big a step? That is the question that we got to ask. But I agree with Wilson T in the building. We need Eze. Get him in now. Replacement, though, to Son. Yeah, maybe this season he plays alongside Son, but in the next season after 25-26, he has to be taking over Son on that left-hand side, in my opinion. Now, the big one that has been picked, let me just answer some of the chat comments, and then I'm going to talk about Conor Gallagher. Crikey. Bro, you're blurry and grey. What Wi-Fi are you using? NEPA. John James, I've got no comment for you. You just keep doing your little Nigers things. You soon time out with your little Wi-Fi, so don't you worry yourself. We're also looking at the Forest centre back, and we're looking at Archie Gray, the league's win back. Oh, nah. That to me, as backup to you, doggy, Archie Gray, he's all right, but you know, if your doggy gets injured, do you want to be seeing Archie Gray on the pitch against Man City? Do you want to be seeing Archie Gray against Arsenal? I'm not so sure about that. And what centre-back at bloody Nottingham Forest could we be looking at? Are we mad? I don't want to see any of them brothers. I don't want to see any of them brothers. I want big defenders. For me, Mark Gee, or who was the other, even that Anderson brother from Crystal Palace, I can do with that. But I don't want to be, Nottingham Forest, I'm not really feeling them. Tony stopped scoring in the last 11 games. Don't matter. Remember, he was out for like 8 or 9 months. Don't matter. At my club, with the way that we do the ball, that brother will be sourcing. Remember what he got last season. Let's not be... That Ivan Toney is a dangerous, dangerous fella. AFC, always big up to you, my guy. Coming out of the hospital tomorrow, today. Oh, bro, I can't believe you're still there, AFC, always. But you know what? Delighted to hear that you're coming out of the hospital today and you're coming off the drip as well after 12 days. That's my day, because the last time we spoke, you said you were going in there. Mate, I can't even believe it's been 12 days already. Mate, wishing you speedy recovery. Thank goodness you're coming out. Make sure you keep in communication, and so we know what is going on with you, man. Big up to you. Levy is a hustler, I can't lie. We got my club. Damn right. My club. And an Arsenal man, it says we didn't sacrifice. He says Man City was better. John James says he's not an Arsenal fan. So who the hell do you support? Because I'm not going to lie, you're there sitting there in your underwear. Do you know what I mean? With the fan in your face, bashing away at the keyboard. You move like an Arsenal fan. I'm not going to lie. Who do you support? Come clean. And don't be saying my club. Don't be saying my club. Because the way you're moving in that chat, you're definitely not a Spurs support. I can tell you that. Anyway, I'm trying to get in. So let me tell you now, the biggest dusty move that my club is doing is a Man U. That's why he's chatting rubbish. He's a Man U supporter. I can't chat to any Man U supporters right now. Your club is as dusty as Chelsea, one of the dustiest teams, and your manager is shameless. In fact, John, you remind me of what you said the last time. You're shameless, shaking your bum for the FA Cup, despite the dustiest season Man United's had ever in the Premier League. Don't come here. I'm surprised you're even chatting, my bro. I'm surprised you're bashing away at the keyboard. You should not be saying anything. Now, what's the point in saying Gutierrez got 43 goals in 15 for Sporting Lisbon last season? That's 58 goals and assists contributed. Bro, you know what? That is great. That is great. The only thing I would say to you, what's the point, is those numbers aren't dissimilar to a certain Nunez at Liverpool. And we all know what's going on with that brother right there. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, but people banging in the Portuguese league doesn't necessarily translate to banging in the Prem. Let's take two players that were sourcing in the Portuguese league. Nunez and Enzo. Enough said. Nunez and Enzo. I swear both of these brothers were at Benfica, smashing up that league, winning the league there. They've come to the Prem and they have looked royally dusty. So I can't shake my bum, and I will not shake my bum for these players coming from the Portuguese league. I mean, Tottenham is linked with our academy graduate, Marcus Edwards. And I'm not sure. I mean, I know we got Pedro Porro from Sporting Lisbon, and I like Pedro Porro, and I know there's some Spurs fans on the fence, but it's a gamble. It is a gamble. Marcus Edwards, can he do it for our club? I don't know. I don't know. Is that a gamble that we should be going for? I'm not sure. As an analyse for me, 160 mil, we should be throwing down those dollar bills like we are in the club. Do you get what I'm saying? Throw down the money, bring these brothers in, people sit up and take my club serious. That's what I need to be seeing. So let's go get onto it. Big up to VJ, my bro in the building. Mr. Consistent, always slapping down them super stickers all day, a day. Mr. Consistent, VJ, that's your new name. Mr. Consistent, all day. Deji, we are also looking at a Luton centre-back. Oh, for crying out loud. Man, them are just dropping bombshells on me tonight. Bombshells. Let's talk now real quick about Conor Gallagher. I know if this ever happens, I'm going to have to face this brother one day. I'm going to have to face him. But when I face him, I ain't taking it back. So let me just be real. I am not taking it back, Conor, when you see this. I don't want to see this brother at my club. What is going on? This brother is a runner. He, for me, is a long-distance runner. There's no tech. There's nothing. He just runs. And to be honest, in my opinion, all footballers should be able to run, and all footballers run. I don't want to see Conor Gallagher at my club. I don't want to see him at my club. No, no, no. No, no, no. That's almost as bad as the rubbish that was coming out of Don's mouth. Can you imagine Don, the Chelsea fan, was shaking his bum violently for the signing of Tosin? Tosin, that can't start for Nigeria. He's shaking his bum for at Chelsea. And if Tottenham was to get Conor Gallagher, I think that is an underwhelming signing. Coupled with the fact that we have extended, because people keep saying we signed Timo Werner. No, we didn't sign Timo Werner. We extended his loan. All right, let's just deep this. It's still stupid. I don't know why we're extending his loan, but also I don't know why Timo Werner is even having that from my club. From time they told you when you first came, if you do well, we will sign you. You should know from when we're extending the loan, it means we're not happy with you. Yep, it means we're not happy and we're not convinced. You, if you had any self-respect, you should get out of my club. That's really what you should be doing. Now, Conor Gallagher, if we sign Conor Gallagher with Timo Werner, that is relegation fodder. I can't see, and in fact, I'm going to go as far as to say, I refuse to see what Postecoglou is saying if he brings them two brothers. Could you imagine Tottenham starting 11 and you're reading out names and you've got Conor Gallagher and Timo Werner? Are we dumb? Everyone's going to be laughing at us. In fact, I would go as far as to say our little pre-season friendly against Colchester, they would slap us up. We always play Colchester pre-season. That man will just be laughing and slap our faces. So for me, Conor Gallagher is not the guy. We've already got Pape Sarr. Yeah. We've already got Madders. Yeah. That's it. I don't want to see any of these brothers. Jacob is saying Tim will no way starts in our 11. No, he doesn't start in our 11. But let's be real, that brother started too many games. Because if we don't get a striker this summer, it means this man might be putting Son in the number 9. I don't want to see Son number 9. And guess what? He would rather play Timo Werner on the left than Richarlison. He would rather play Timo Werner on the left than Brendan Johnson. He would rather play Timo Werner on the left than Kulusevski. So it's very, very plausible that they could have Conor Gallagher and Timo Werner starting. If that happened, I'm telling you, MK Dons, here I come. Here I come. Honestly, I won't be chatting for my club. I will go Deji MK. Do you know like that, yeah? Deji Colchester. Yeah? Deji Wrexham. Because I'm not seeing them two brothers. So I hope that Conor Gallagher, I'm here to tell the Spurs fan base that Conor Gallagher is fake news. Fake news. I don't want to see this brother at my club. I haven't heard of any Spurs players are going for yet. Paul Reeves, the Spurs players that we're going for Isak, we've been linked with Isak, we've been linked with Muniz, and we have been linked with Ederson. Ederson, the number 6 for Atalanta. That right there is a big boy move. Get that brother in, and we're serious. And Spurs is linked. We are actually genuinely, we put in a bid for Tony, but dare I say, my club is disputing the bloody price. For me, what I'm saying to you is that if 40 mil for Tony is good business, 60 mil is dusty business. So for me, on this occasion, I will agree with Daniel Levy. Let's hold on. Let's not start shaking our bum because we're not going to get priced. We're not going to pay over the odds for players that, in our opinion, ain't really worth that much. Peter Kit, big up to you. First time I'm seeing you. Said Orange Talent ID looking dusty. UEFA Champions League. Werner, Brennan Johnson, now Gallagher. I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm not going to lie. If those 3 brothers are in my club, forget starting 11, just in my club, there's going to be problems. We would be going backwards. But I don't think Postecoglou is going to do that, bro. This is all fake news. But we got to deal with it because they've been linked. I don't know where these sources are getting it from. Maybe people are just trying to entertain us until the Euros start. However, let's deal with it. Let's talk about it. Postecoglou watches the show. Don't be bringing any of these brothers. If you know what's good for you, don't bring any of those brothers. So keep it real. So Werner should have never been signed on loan. It's really bad as well. Plus the guy's injured for 3 months. Toxic headshot. Bro, I know how we brought him in. I actually thought that Postecoglou had seen a little Havertz in him. He had seen that maybe he can bring out the Mo Salah in Timo Werner. But seeing this brother shy away from the ball, I never want to see this guy again. If I see Timo Werner at the petrol station, apart from fly kicking him in the back of his head, I will be telling him, Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye. Get out of my club. That's what I'll be telling him. United Spurs is saying that John James was timed out. Timing out, I don't know. That might have been a mistake, John James. Don't get your knickers in the twist. It might have been a mistake, so just relax. It's cool. Anthony Clark is saying, and it's a question to me and Jacob, real quick. Do you think Daniel Levy is going to pay Timo Werner 175 a week to sit on the bench? Well, the answer is yes, isn't it? We were paying his wages, isn't it? He's on 165. I think it's dumb that we extended him, especially at that kind of level of price. I mean, the guy's almost getting the same amount of money as Son, and he doesn't even produce half of what Son produces. So it's weird, doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I'm hoping, though, the one thing I can say is that us fans, we know ball just as much as these managers, because a lot of the things that we see that don't make sense proved this season to not make no sense. That high line thing, some of the Ben Davies up against Saka in the North London derby, Mo Salah up against Emerson Royale. We could all bloody see it. That was pretty obvious. My 9-year-old could see that. How these managers cannot see it is beyond me. But hey, I'm just hoping. If Werner proves to be rubbish like we think he is, then man should be giving us our P. But I want my money back because I can do what Werner does for a fiver. Absolutely nothing. Daniel Levy can save himself a few bob by having me on the left-hand side doing the job. I can run, guys. I can run. I was pretty quick when I was in secondary school. Do you know what I'm saying? Just run, and as soon as I see, Wan-Bissaka coming towards me, I just move out the way. Hey, have the ball in it. Yeah, don't hurt me. Do you know what I mean? Timo Werner style. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it is dumb. Puri said they wanted 80 mil 6 months ago. Yeah, but his value has dropped big time. Right now, we are hovering around the 40 million mark, partly because he's in the last year of his contract. And also, he has stated, and Thomas Frank has stated, that Tony won't be at Brentford this season. So from when you're coming out with those statements in public, that means the value drops. Do you get me? They can live without Tony, therefore he's not worth as much money. So therefore, 40 mil is what we're looking at. Any more than that, and I think it would be stupid business. Now, Toxic Extra said, I'm now questioning Ange. He said we have a plan and I'm happy. Now Tottenham are saying player must leave in order to buy players. What a shit show again and again and again. Well, the thing is, Lange has come out today to say that there is going to be a number of signings. You don't come out with a statement like that unless you've already got verbal agreements in place. Højbjerg, it looks like Emerson Royale is going to be going to AC Milan, and so on and so forth. Maybe Ndombele, maybe Galatasaray finally sell him. I mean, they bloody hell won the league. Yeah, let's get him gone. Do you know what I mean? Tanganga, all of these brothers, get them sold. Bring in the money. However, and I think it's to do with FFP and all of that, but I think Tottenham will bring in the players. Tottenham, it's been said that we're going to have a busy summer. I think the summer will be extremely busy for our club. The only thing is, if we are busy, I just don't want to be seeing Conor Gallagher, and I don't even want to see Timo Werner on the pre-season playing. Don't want to see him. Do you know what I'm saying? But I agree with you from the bits. If Tottenham do not go out and get Tony for 40 mil, then we are stupid, do you know, in my opinion. Really, really stupid. But big up to you, John James. Love to you, my bro. You know it's all love. Your club is still dusty, though. Man United is still a dusty club. Now, I'm only joking. Big up to you. Enough respect there. Let's deal with any other points that are in the chat real quick. Arsenal Manic is saying that I'm rapid 100 meters under 20 seconds, bro. That is the funniest thing I've read, bro. My 100 meters is about 18, 17 seconds. I can do the job, and I don't even need half the P's to get me. John James is saying Tony would suit your club. I do agree he would suit Spurs, because the one thing Tottenham didn't have last season was someone who could hold up the ball. Just a hold-up player. Sometimes you just need to change it up. Change it up in terms of style of play. So I do agree that could definitely run. View from the bit says Kai's wages meant Mikel playing him all the time. But even with Mikel playing him all the time, Arsenal fans will tell you he done a job. Kai Havertz had a better season than we all predicted. And that's what I'm hoping for Timo Werner. I'd be stupid to be wishing bad on a Spurs player. But at the same time, if I think a player is dusty and the player's at my club, I will call it out. And Timo Werner, unless you prove otherwise, I think you're royally, royally dusty. What's the point? Says Timo Werner and his guide dog will be amazing for us next season. Just wait and see. I'm hoping so, mate. I am hoping so. Surprise me. Surprise me with something that we didn't see coming. Do a Havertz. Do a Havertz. Toxic Headshot saying, it's possible on the chances of Eze joining Tottenham this summer transferring. I think Eze is a name on the market that Tottenham looked at. Look, I think I would go as far as to say I think the Eze deal's done. He loves our club, and I think he's proven himself. He's now in the England team. He will be in the England team for the Euros. He will. He's a tremendous player, talent from London. He's come from the ground up. Someone who works hard. Someone who reveres our club. He's someone that will see Tottenham as a big club, and he won't mind the fact that Tottenham are not in the Champions League this season. I think he's somebody that wants to grow, wants to learn, and wants to become one of the best, if not a world-class striker. Eze and Spurs makes a lot of sense. If Eze leaves Palace, it's Tottenham. I cannot see any other club going for him. So for me, it makes business sense for Tottenham to get that business over the line. And also, it's a statement signing. However, I'm just thinking that can't be the only statement signing. We can't have Eze and a bunch of nobodies or a bunch of players we don't know. I think the Gutierrez one is a potential there from Rasmus saying that. Let's have a look at him, Sporting Lisbon. My only thing there is, you know, the Portuguese league, Dutch league, all them leagues there, ballers banging in goals, and then they come to the Prem and they can't even get 10 goals. That's a worry for me, personally. But hey, you know, we have to get players from somewhere. Can't just get all of our players from the Prem, so he can source. Or if not, go out Ivan Toney, or even go one better, get both. Let's have 2 strikers, because let's be real, the likelihood of Toney not being injured in the season is none. Do you know what I mean? The truth is he's probably going to get injured. I was warned about Madders. People kept saying, you wait until Madders gets injured. And true to word, he got injured. So we need 2 players in every position. Go out and get 2 strikers. Go out and get a couple wingers. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I want to see at my club. Do you know what I mean? Paul Reeves here, chatting like a real Spurs fan, saying Toney might help improve Richarlison's confidence because he's lost all confidence. Yeah, he might help. He might help. I mean, what it means is going to put a little fire in his belly, because if he wants to start, he's going to have to bang in goals. But the one positive thing I will say, though, can I say, a lot of people had it out for Richarlison this season, and I have been one of Basuma's biggest critics. Basuma knows I've been onto him. All these little Louis Vuitton shopping sprees at, Westfield, in Hammersmith, or Westfield in Stratford. You got my man just buying bare Louis Vuittons in Oxford Street. I am seeing that Basuma has been at Hotspur Way training. He's training. He's doing rehab. He's trying to get himself in shape for the pre-season. That's the attitude that I like to see from my club. Players in their downtime working. You know why he's working? Because he knows that Tottenham want to go and get Edison, and his position as the number 6 is under threat. And the fact that Basuma is posted on his stories, him in the gym at Hotspur Way, on his ones, that's what I like to see from Micah. And dare I say, Richarlison is doing the same. He's gone back to Rio de Janeiro, or Sao Paulo, He's back home and he is working. Richarlison and Basuma, let me tell you this now. Don't sleep on these 2 brothers. They might show you they might come different. Because, Basuma's got a lot of potential. He just got lazy for me. He started off the season well, and then he lost a lot of form, and he lost discipline. His discipline and form didn't really make it. So I weren't really feeling that. But the fact that I'm seeing him in the gym working means that he's focused. And a focused Basuma could be a dangerous Basuma. Remember, I reckon that Basuma could be better than Partey, in my opinion. The influence that Partey has on that Arsenal midfield, Basuma could have that influence on the Spurs. He's not had it yet, but he could have it. And that, for me, is why I think watch out for Basuma. You heard it here live and direct. And watch out for my boy, Richie Richarlison, my dog, Richie Rich, because this brother is working. The fact that these men are focused, big up to them. Hey, big up to my bro, my bro, Sean. This is my brother, Paxton Road in the building. Come on, bro, Dej. I'll take 2 times 50 mil rather than 1 times 100 mil, but trust in On's talent ID. I hear you, bro, but when you're getting I agree, but Timo Werner loan extension and being linked to Conor Gallagher, that don't make me want to shake my bum. I need signings that make me want to shake my bum violently. Not looking at dusty players that sandstorms are hitting me in my eyelids, do you know what I mean? And my contact lenses are falling out. I don't want that. So for me, I don't mind 250 mil players, But who are the 50 mil players? Can we get Eze for 50 mil? If we're getting Eze and Analyse for 100 mil, come on, that's good business. Fantastic business from our club. But I don't know if that's what you're referring to. But I don't want to be seeing some dusty guys. But for me, they're saying that there's a guy called Gutierrez, yeah? Guys have been dropping Gutierrez in the chat. Gutierrez, Sporting Lisbon, man, them are telling me on this show that he's worth 85 mil. We need a striker. We can't be messing about. We need a sniper, a marksman, a bagsman, someone who's getting us 20 plus goals. Does Tony get us 20 plus goals? I don't think so. I'm not sure. He done it in Brentford, but coming to a big fish, for 40 mil, I think it's worth a gamble. Would I be spending 60 mil on Tony? No, because he's not guaranteed to give us 20 plus goals. It's Gutierrez. If people in the chat believe that brother is going to give us 20 plus goals, we got to be spending 85 mil. Any decent striker, 85 mil. 85. Dominic Solanke for me, Peter Kipps. The reason why I'm not feeling Dominic Solanke is because when he came to Tottenham, he couldn't do anything against our defence. He couldn't do nothing against Romero and Van der Ven. Any striker that's worth his weight, that's 80 mil, should be able to rattle Romero and Van der Ven. Fact. The only striker that rattled both Romero and Van der Ven is Isak. And we've been linked with Isak. We got the link yesterday. Whether we get it over the line is another story. That's the level of striker that I'm talking about, not Dominic Solanke. I'm not sure if Dominic Solanke rattles Ben Davis and Emerson Royale at centre-back. I'm not sure. That's not a disrespect to Dominic Solanke. He's a baller, but as you all know, there are levels to this. Levels to this. Do you get what I'm saying? So, big up. Hey, Paul Reeves, my bro, you know. My bro, Paul Reeves, family. He said, I promised you 50 if you got a result against City, but you boys not okay. So there's a tenner and a drink on me. Not us all gooners are bad. Paul Reeves, love for that. Love for that. Big up to you for showing love. I will have a drink. In fact, I lost the bet. I lost the bet to, what's his name? Josh. So when Josh comes to London, I will be going to the Emirates and I will film it. I might even do a little live. And I will be buying that shirt. Crikey. How long I'll wear that shirt? Man has to just get to Finsbury Park and go incognito. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to have to be wearing a jacket and a face mask so you don't recognize me. But I'll be going in and do it because you know what? I want to be a man of my word. I want to honor that bet. So that should be funny. That will be coming out very, very soon. I haven't done it yet. I'm waiting for Josh to come to London. There's no point me doing it on my ones. But big up to you, Paul Reeves. Always showing love. And we're always having good convo. And to be honest, thank you for respecting the fact that Spurs went at City. A lot of people try and tell me, oh, Tottenham bottled it. We were doing the Poznan. Shut your mouth. Don't be telling me about the Poznan. I was there. I was there earlier this year. Do you get me? I've been to Poland. Don't be telling me about Poznan. Yeah, the truth of the matter is we went for it, but we went up against Man City's full team against our weakest team. But look, I digress and hash over stuff that I've talked about before. Big up to you. There's genuine interest from Tottenham Hotspurs in signing Ivan Toney. Yeah, there is. That one I know. 40 mil though. I'm not spending. It's not my money, but we shouldn't spend 60 mil. Do you get what I'm saying? We should not spend 60 mil. Big up to Paul Reeves again. Big up to you. Enough respect. Would you consider Pedro? Do you know what, VJ? I liked him, you know. The thing with me, weirdly, I have a thing for players who played for Watford. I can't even lie to you. Players that played for Watford. Because Richarlison played for Watford. He was good there. There's another brother that I did like at Watford. I can't even remember. There was that Sarr guy. That was even that Sarr guy. There's been a couple brothers. But I will say Pedro was all right at Watford. And he was all right at Brighton. I did look at him. I mean, in the game where Brighton slapped up Spurs, I did think to myself, rah, we could have done with that on the pitch. But he does miss a lot of chances. Thinking about it, VJ, I would say no. I would say no. No. I don't think Pedro's good enough for Spurs. I would rather have Solanke over Pedro. I don't think he's legit. He's even in the Brazilian teams. I don't think he is in the Brazilian team. So if you're not kicking ball for Brazil, I'm not feeling it. Yeah. Get into the Brazil team, then come chat to me. John James, big up to you, my Niger brother. What's he saying? One thing I like about Dej, you're not toxic, delusional, yes, but not toxic. Thank you, my bro. Bro, I just love my club. I love my club. And let me talk about the 5-year plan. Because a lot of people don't want to hear this 5-year plan, but I'm going to talk about it. Pinto, yes, big up to you. You know what? At first, let me be real. I've given the new kit 7 out of 10. When I first saw it, I did think, this looks a bit plain. It looks a little bit dry. But I keep looking at it, and it is starting to grow on me, and I'm starting to feel the kit a little bit. So, yes, I'm starting to like it, but is it worth 125 quid for the shirt? Hell no. These man are doing us, man, dirty. So I don't want to be seeing that. But let's talk about the 5-year plan. I talked about this plan with Sean last week. Big up to Sean, locked in, locked on. And the 5-year plan is this. We've had season 1. Season 1, we got 5th. Now, Postecoglou talked about there's a difference between progress and success. Success is winning a trophy. Progress is just doing better, innit? If you know better, you do better. So for me, progress for Spurs, if we're not going to win a trophy, which is success, then we have to show progress. Progress is 4th and Carabao. Good, Lee Gunner said something that I kind of agree. He said, if you win a trophy, it buys you 2 more seasons. And I kind of agree with that to a certain extent. But I'm not even going to be so harsh. I'm using Arsenal as the yardstick. Yep, Arsenal fans, I've mentioned you again. I'm using Arsenal as the yardstick. Since Arsenal can give Arteta 5 years and 4.5 and counting, my club can give Postecoglou that length of time. So I'm saying this season is Champions League, 4th. 4th this is without a trophy, by the way. If we pick up a trophy along the way, like the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, it's like running the London Marathon and having a swig of water. It's something you do, but it's nothing to shake our bum about. So I'll take 4th this coming season, 24-25. Then 25-26, I will take 3rd. 26-27, I will take 2nd. 27-28, I will take Prem. That is the roadmap for Spurs. The 5-year plan is that Tottenham will win the league in 2028. For those of you who like a flutter, do it now. 4 years to go. A little cheeky tenner could buy you a house with that prediction. Enough respect. And you can thank me later, or you can do a Paul Reeves. You can do all the man them that have showed love tonight, Sean and VJ, and, give man a little drink money. You know what I'm saying? On that little prediction right there. Tottenham to win the Prem 2028. You heard it here live and direct. Let me just deal with 1 or 2 more comments real quick. Toxic is saying, if these man, we are cooking Tony, Bakayoko, Eze, Gomez. Oh, yeah. Cunha from Wolves. I like that, brother, you know. Yeah, you know what? Ain't Nori. Yeah, that can run. That can run. That looks all right. Yeah. Exciting. I don't know how much they will source. I don't know how much of those players, apart from Eze, would fit in. Could Cunha do what he did at Wolves at our club? Ken Gomez. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But I like the idea of those players at my team, especially if they are coming in to beef up the squad and we're getting rid of the likes of Højbjerg, Skip. Do you get what I'm saying? Emerson Royale. Do you know what I'm saying? All of them, man. Maybe even bloody Kulusevski, because I'm fed up of the dusty football that brother's playing. Mitoma would do all right. Spurs speedy. I would love Mitoma. I would love a Mitoma on the left end. Mitoma or Eze, or both. Eze and Mitoma. Both of them can do left or right wing. Yeah, that's the sort of level. But to get Mitoma from Brighton, we would be looking at 60 plus. I think Mitoma has pretty much been injured pretty much the whole season. Sean has said, Sean is in agreement. This is why my brother Sean, in agreement with me. No Gallagher for me. No Tony either. Bad vibes on steroids, but there would be gems at all price levels. Remember how much VDB and Vicara cost last summer? Tap Sober, Rare Stands, all them. I'm that. Yeah, you know what? Tony I would take, but definitely not Gallagher, my brother. Gallagher is a no-no. Gallagher and Timo Werner, and you might as well put our club. We'll be getting slapped up by Leicester City. We'll be getting slapped up by Ipswich. No, I'm not into that. So I agree, but I think we could go for Tony at 40 mil. That could definitely run. Peter Kip says he likes the kit, but the prices are mad. Yeah, it is 125 for the shirt. The shirt will grow on me. Am I going to get the kit is the question. I'll get the shirt. I will get it because I love my club and I am supporting my club to do what they need to do. But those prices is madness. Like, honestly, it's eye-watering, and Tottenham need to fix up on them prices. That's not how you keep the span base going. So, yeah, no, big up to everyone. Big up, locked in, locked on. Quick update, coming and goings for my club. Join me later. It's going to be jam-packed tonight because I'm going to be with my brother, Spurs King TV. That's going to be a lively show. That's in the next 15 minutes. So please go over there, locked in and be locked on. And then I will be tuning in at 10 o'clock with my bro, Northside, who is going to be giving us a little Arsenal update. You get me? And you know, they're pretty pissed off because they didn't win a trophy. And Northside of the league, and a dead man want Arteta out and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what he's telling me. Because, you know, I don't follow Arsenal. I don't give a damn about that club, in my opinion. Big up to P White UK. Big up to you, Magic. I must admit, I thought you was crazy Nando fan, but you're cool. Now, big up to you, my guy there. Big up to you. Enough respect. Yeah, I'm not crazy. The thing is, I love my club. That's what it is, do you know what I mean? And I can see that the future's bright for Spurs. A lot of people keep doing little Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles on my club, but I ain't doing any of that. I can see that the future is bright. I would go for Palhinha, but a lot of people put me off Palhinha. They're saying he's not that guy. He's too rash, rare. I think he's a good player. I wouldn't mind Palhinha, but I would take Edison over him. Do you get me? I would take Edison over him. Paul Reeves at John James. He's the only Spurs fan. Big up to you, Paul Reeves. Big up, my bro. Big up. One love. Oh no, they banned. Why? They've not banned you, Paul. Why? You can't be banned. But people, don't be banning Paul Reeves. You know, that's my dog right there. That's my guy. Don't be doing that. Definitely not. So hopefully, yes, everyone. Thank you. It's all love. That's my quick update. And yeah, I'm about the whole evening. Catch me on Spurs King TV in about 10-15 minutes. Catch me with Northside. It is going to be a mazza. Thank you and see you later.